thank you for joining us again. And just before the break, we were talking with William about his book, The Magician's Way, which apparently is the best-selling metaphysical book in Australia and is about to be released on the American market. Never know, there could be a film coming up also.
Well, hopefully.
Has it been spoken about?
It has been, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the people that want to take the book to America are talking about doing a workbook, a sequel, and a movie. And, they have the resources and the contacts and the abilities to do that. So, looking good.
Okay.
Choosing that to happen.
Creating the magic.
Creating the magic, yeah. End result.
So have you ever had people come up to you in the street or at a seminar or whatever, and who perhaps had not been into any sort of personal transformation, who have read this book and had life-changing moments?
Absolutely.
What have they shared with you, William?
Well, I mean, people have come up. I've been really surprised. People come up to me at airports, and I don't know how they know. Obviously seen my photo somewhere. And people come up to me all over the place. But mainly, I get correspondence from people through email, and I hear from all sorts of people, even little kids. I mean, they're written in juvenile style. That have read the book, that their parents are getting divorced or are divorced, really traumatic childhood, and one of their parents or a family member gives them the Magician's Way to read, and write to me and thank me, and for kind of fixing their lives in a sense.
Because it has brought couples back together.
It has brought couples back together, and it's turn children around, and children write to me and say they want to meet the characters in the books, and it's brought couples together or helped them end in a good way, and people have written to me and told me that it stopped them committing suicide and turned their lives around, and just a lot of feedback.
So how do you feel in here when you hear that? What happens for you in here?
Well, obviously, I feel great about that. I feel really good, but it's really surprising, I mean, I really mean this. I take no egoic satisfaction, and it's kind of weird in one way, because in one way I'm really impassive about it, and what I'm really happy about is not kind of like my success in all of this, but that people have the capacity to actually apply magic, to take it on board and apply it to something really meaningful and transformational, really pull a rabbit out of the hat, as it were, but in a real life circumstance, in a real life situation.
Okay. So let's get on to how your journey went into a more personal inner journey, a more spiritual based journey that resulted in this book. Was there a catalyst that happened for you somewhere in your life?
Absolutely.
Because I know you said that you actually came down with a sickness or an illness.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, when I was, what I mentioned to you, I ended up in the financial markets in Australia, and doing the whole what we used to call the yuppie thing in those days. We're all yuppies, you see, and chasing money, chasing girls, doing cocaine, whatever, in bars late at night, looking at our pages, showing off, looking at our pages to see the latest price, and acting like big shots, and to me, I think the thing that whole scene was just so meaningless, and devoid of any heart and soul. Well, I wouldn't have been able to express it that way. It was just so unfulfilling and so unsatisfying. And I was married at the time to my first wife, and the relationship was just so rotten. It was just so bad. It reflected that rottenness inside me, that emptiness. And my health was just really bad and really shot. And in a sense, I just had a breakdown, really. Where just everything went to pieces. I just couldn't do the work anymore. I was sick. My relationship was not on the rocks. It was,
already sunk.
Yeah, already sunk,
What
already
age
being demolished.
were you when this happened?
Early 30s, early 30s, yeah, early 30s, kind of around there, I'd say.
So
Approaching mid 30s,
Okay.
from memory, if I can think back
Is that
that
about
far.
like 18 years ago or something?
Yeah.
Which makes you what,
yeah,
early 50s now?
Yeah, 51 now.
Yeah, okay.
So it was. It was about 18 years ago. It's hard to say because it wasn't a point. It was over a period, and so anyway, I was really ill and kind of just went on a journey to heal myself, really.
Which led you into personal transformation work, or?
It did, yes. I mean, you see, the thing is with my illness, to cut a long story short, there was a lot I was trying to do, and not just with my illness, but with my whole life. There was a lot I was trying to do to fix it, and went to a lot of effort, spent a lot of time trying to fix it, and it only got worse. And I met someone, this is cutting a long story short, I met someone who advised me to do the opposite of everything I was trying, and I did. And my health came back, my joy came back, my energy came back, everything came back. And I had a realization that what the realities of our lives are based on what we're paying attention to. Quite obviously. It was just so obvious to me. No one had ever taught me that. I'd never read that, never been to a seminar in my life, never, and then so that realization then attracted me to that thought that was really starting to proliferate around the world.
What was it that you were focusing your attention on that wasn't allowing you to heal yourself? Where was your focus? What were you doing?
Well, I suppose by focusing so intently and desperately, really, on getting well.
So it was the desperation where the focus was.
The focus was on the desperation. Whereas when the
Even
focus
though-
went off the desperation, everything changed.
Okay, let's go back to the desperation for a moment, because when you were desperate, you were doing all the right things, weren't you? Eating healthy food,
I was.
all the things that we're told to do. But as you say, your focus was on desperation, so that increased your illness.
Yeah.
And when you were told to do differently, what was it you did then?
I had a cigarette every day.
And a glass of wine.
A glass of wine and a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And, but that wasn't it, I mean,
where your attention went.
Yeah, that was it. It was just relaxing. That process that the person gave me to have a cup of coffee, have a cigarette, have a glass of wine, was just to get me out of my head, really.
Because you're not actually advocating that, are you?
Not at all. No, and I don't smoke, and I avoid coffee as much as I can, and I don't drink much either. I do have but I don't have it as I don't advocate it as something that's good for you, and I don't advocate it as something that's bad for you either. But it had nothing to do with those substances.
The external.
It was just the change of focus. And as I say, that's when I realized that it's your focus that creates your reality. And I was clearly in what I now recognize was a heavy survival orientation. And by relaxing up like that and just going, what the hell, I started looking at what I wanted, what mattered to me, what I really would love to do, and my attention went to those matters, and I healed up. And it wasn't an instant transformation. I mean, it's taken years and years for a total transformation. But that's the story.
Okay. We'll take a break and come back for the last part of the interview. Back with you.